So we're back to the third and final part. So we've done our inside block and we've done our outside diamond here. Got those fully constrained with just 2 dimensions and the rest of my constraints. Now it's time to do my outside circle here. Again, I want to get them constrained with just 2 dimensions. And you'll notice these have a little fx in front of them. They're actually driving off of this number here. So we're back to here. And it's actually a new day for me. So I am going to double click on sketch 1. That means I'm editing that sketch. If I didn't double click on sketch 1, I would have hit new sketch and it would have made these 2 sketches like in different worlds kind of, even though they look like they're in the same spot. So I'm going to start out drawing my 2 circles. Just random, out in the middle of nowhere. And my 2 lines. Hit enter to start a second line. And I'm going pretty good there. I'm going to start out locking my circles up to what I want them to be. So I'm going to hit my center onto this line. So I'm going to use a coincident constraint. Click on center, click on my x-axis. Center, x-axis. Okay? Now I got to work with my lines. So I want to make sure that my lines go tangent to this circle, tangent to this circle, tangent to this circle, tangent to this circle. Okay? Now I'm going to lock a coincident constraint because right now they're tangent, so they're stuck here, but this line could be any length. So I'm going to put a coincident constraint on the end point to the circle, end point to the circle, end point to the circle, end point to the circle. And notice I kind of like to keep it organized by just making sure how that I'm going around all 4 spots at the same time. So I went around all 4 spots with tangent, and then I went around all 4 spots with coincident constraint. Now I have 2 options here. I can take these 2 lines and make them parallel to each other, or I can take these 2 circles and make them equal. I like equal at this point because I'm really not caring about the lines, I'm caring about the circles. So now they're equal. Okay? So we'll see what we can do with it yet. If I look here, I can go this way. If I go here, I can make them bigger and smaller. I'll hit a Control-Z to undo that move. So, a few things I got to take care of yet. Number 1, I got to get the midpoint of this line locked vertical with the x-axis, so then it will center it. And then I got to dimension this, and I got to dimension my length. I got to dimension the diameter and the length. So I'm going to start out with that coincident constraint. I'm going to find the midpoint of this line and lock it here. Now, when I move this circle, it moves both sides in and out, so it keeps it centered on the whole deal. Okay? Next comes my dimensions. Now we're going to learn a little dimension technique here that's a little different than we've been using before. What I want to do is I want to make this circle twice as big as this dimension. So I'm going to click to put the dimension in place. But instead of typing in 5 here, because if I want to change this, I want this one to change automatically, I'm going to click on the one I want it to follow. And then I'm going to hit multiply, which is the asterisk key, shift and 8, or else if you have a number keypad, it's your asterisk key, 2. So we're going to take this number, multiply it by 2, and hit check. And now we have that to be 5. Now this is locked into place. Last one we're going to do is get this overall length here. And I'm going to do the same dimension times 4. So you'll see it comes up with an fx in front of it. That's telling you that it's being driven by something. So if I double click here, change this to 5, it'll automatically change everything else for me. So I'm going to change that back to 2.5, and we are done with our activity in constraints. So what I'd like you to do now is just turn your constraint settings, go into inference, and hit select all to turn your constraints back on. So it'll automatically put some constraints on, and hit OK. Finish sketch, and we're complete.